and I am going to cut right to the chase, which isn't even the main event. It was the post-main event. On ESPN Plus, Errol and the Bad Guy. Errol and I are there. We're doing our little thing. We're recapping the event. We're talking. Daniel Cormier comes and joins us. Now, Daniel Cormier is famous for what we call burying the lead, meaning Daniel will have a gem. He'll have a diamond in his hand, and he won't start with it. Well, he did that to us. So let me tell you how this goes. We're up there. We're finishing the show. Daniel's going to be the final segment, right? He's got to get done fighting. Errol and I go on as second his fight is done. So he's got to get in the back. He's got to go through commissions. He's got to get paid. He's got to get checked out. He's got to shower up. He's got to shake hands and kiss babies into the whole bit. Then at some point, they're going to grab him and work their way through the 3 levels of MSG to where we are, and we're going to have him on set. So there's a process here. There's some time. There's some things that are happening. So this is the very final moment of the very final day. There's not a human left in the building. They are tearing down the octagon behind us. This is literally the last thing we're going to do. And with the time change, don't forget, this is also 2 a.m. I'm just setting this up for you guys because I want you to have this from my perspective. Okay, I'm sitting there with Ariel. I have what's called an IFB. That is simply the earpiece. Okay, the earpiece is in. In the earpiece, the show is being controlled from Bristol, Connecticut. So the director of the show, who's in the earpiece that Errol and I have, is telling us, hey guys, this was great. Wrap the show. Thank Daniel, congratulate him, and send him on his way. We're going to fade to black and roll the credits. See you all later. Okay, great. So we get that message and we start to do it, at which point he turns to me. Now, it was me directly, and he says, hey, Sonnen. I got to tell you guys, right, a lot of people are last name guys. Nobody calls me Sonnen. They just call me Chael. I think that's one of the things with having a unique first name is they never go to your last name. But anyway, he turns to me as though Ariel's not there, as though the cameras are not there, as though we are not doing a live show on ESPN. He says, hey, Sonnen, this is right after I'm told to get the hell out of there. We're done. Here's your hat. What's your hurry? He turns to me and says, hey, Sonnen, I almost couldn't do the fight today. Woke up this morning, I was going to go do a run. I do a run every day on fight day. I woke up, got out of bed, I sneezed, it threw my back out. A fight almost got called off. So he says, Errol, I look to Errol. Errol's jaw has dropped. Errol can't form a word, if you guys could imagine. Right, I'm now laughing. And the reason I'm laughing isn't at his pain. I'm just foreshadowing, what if he had not done this fight? And instead of Errol and I having Daniel on the set to commensurate and discuss the fight, instead Errol and I are doing a show about the fact that the fight was called off because the world heavyweight champion sneezed. So I'm now laughing, and in the IFB, we've got our director who heard him say this going, stay with the show, do not rap, stay with the show. So I turn to Daniel, excuse me, Daniel, what happened? So he goes, yeah, I'm kind of guilty of bearing the lead. Maybe I should have told you this, but I got out of bed. I was going to go run and do a workout. My team was waiting for me at the treadmill, and I sneezed and my back went out. So I don't know if that's a loose term. I don't know if that's literally his back is. I don't know what he said. I need more. So, as the story goes, he gets dressed and he stumbles down the hallway to the elevator and goes to the workout room of the hotel, which is where his team is waiting for him. He's not standing up straight. In fact, he's not even hunched over, guys. He's to the side. His back's out, and he's showing us. He's mimicking it, but he's hunched to the side. He can't stand up. So Bob Cook says, what the hell's this? And Daniel says, Bob, I don't know. I just sneezed, and my back went out. I can hardly move. So he gets on the treadmill. He does 2 steps and hits the off button. Says, Bob, this isn't going to work. I can't move. Oh, boy, what are we going to do? They lay him down. They call the UFC. The UFC sends in their medical team. There's like a 4-person team, and they put him on stim. And they do this for roughly an hour. And the only part of this story that I may be prevaricating from is the time. But I think he said it was like an hour of stim, and then they put him in 4 hours of a heated blanket. They wrapped it all the way around it, and they just laid him there, right? They laid him there like a burrito, and they didn't know what the end result was going to be. At 3 o'clock, they unwrap him. Now, to put in perspective for you guys, doors open at 4. All right? We are now at crunch time. Nobody even knows this is happening. And they do not know until they unwrap him if he's going to get on the bus and go to the arena. And it's out of his hands. At this point, Bob Cook has stepped in and said, I'm calling the fight off. Not you. I'm calling the fight off. And Daniel gets up from the blanket and he says, hey, I do feel better. And Bob goes, okay, great, prove it. Do the treadmill workout we came down here to do. And Daniel goes, look, let me meet you halfway. I think I could do the workout, but I also think it might be responsible to kind of ease into this. Let's do a walk. And Bob goes, okay, deal. So they do the walk, and I mean, look, you guys know the rest from there. Everything worked out. But what a different day we could be having right now. How would I possibly present this story to you guys? That the heavyweight champion of the world sneezed and therefore could not defend at the world's biggest arena. How would I do that? Okay, great. That's done. I just wanted you guys to hear and enjoy and appreciate that story.